Hello, SpeedGaming 4, and welcome. It's Links to the Past Randomizer League Season 6. We're in the weekend, or the last 2 days of Week 3. That's right, it is the last 2 days of AAD Keys, Almost All Dungeons Keys Sanity. This is going to be Game 2 between JKLOL with Kaysden and Plasma Kappa of the Tile Roomies. This is part of the Kakariko division of the Invitational League. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined today by secretly a Sliver or Sean. And we got Lady Laura Linda on the tracking. Hello, Sean.
How's it going, Jesse?
I'm doing great. This is the calm before the storm, the calm before all the fun. But yeah, this is CAC. So right now, JKLOL off to a perfect start, 5-0. Tile Roomies look at 2 and 3 right now, looking to get up to 500 entering Pilot Spoiler Week.
Yeah, you guys came out of the gate flying.
Yeah, so regardless of the result for today's race, JKLOL will be in first place in the division. We got 2 teams following right behind. Thendrana Drifters and your mom's favorite rando team both sitting at 4 and 2. Saha's Kids currently 3 and 3. Tile Roomies looking to tie up with them at 3 and 3. Then we got Amish and Don't Forget to Track Us at 2 and 4 with Leftovers restocked currently at 1 and 5 to close out the division.
All right, some immediate divergence as Kaysden goes straight for Uncle and Plasma doing looks like a Kakariko rush.
Yeah, and it does look like the tracker had been set to Kaz Boots. I promise you, chat, this is not Kaz Boots. This is AAD Keys. What's going on is all the keys and stuff are shuffled. It's almost all dungeons because we don't have to kill Aga, but we do need all 3 pendants, and that is because of the fact that GT Big Key is on the pedestal. So if you love Ped Seeds, guess what? It's Ped Seeds all week, or it's been all week.
Yeah, the only reason to kill Aga 2, now that we saw the Lumberjack Ledge, the only reason to kill Aga 1, rather, is for Dark World access, and in a full dungeon item shuffle, you're usually not going to see those 2 Castle Tower small keys unless they're absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we get 1 and have to do some of the castle to check things, but definitely not a mode that usually you see having to do it. Kaysden did get that bottle in his initial checks. That's a nice find for him, as we do get our first armor upgrade in the Thieves dropdown.
Also a Moon Pearl, which is not nothing.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly the Dark World kit shows up, and what that means for Kappa doing, getting his front of the front of escape stuff.
I'm thinking more like South Shore stuff, because if Kappa does South Shore before doing Uncle, Kaysden's going to get to Water Walk out of Waterfall Ferry, and Kappa's not.
Yeah, that too. I don't think Kaysden would set up for it, going out of Ice Rock Cave back down to that, but Kaysden does surprise me every so often. Now, the other big issue here is Kappa bombless into the CAC well, hoping to get some money or some bombs here. There's a little bit of money, but no bombs. He's going to have to double dip the well and potentially Blind Hut.
Yeah, did Kaysden get a tier 2?
So yeah, we had a tier 2, I believe, as well as a guards are dropping bombs.
Yeah, I did see the guards drop bombs. Kaysden actually killed a couple extra guards there outside of escape for a couple bombs, and then did the tree pull and found out that was bombs as well. So I'm a little surprised to see that Kappa's going in bombless here.
But does work out. He does also get 300 rupees, so has his bombs, has bomb money, and bottle vendor money. So he's in fine shape, and there's an extra 3 out of the back. And yes, next week is Pilot Spoiler. We might discuss that mode a little bit later, but for now, we'll just enjoy the Almost All Dungeons keys. Sean, did you like this mode this week?
I liked it until the first time I had to leave the mountain to go pull Ped to climb back up the mountain to go beat GT.
That is definitely not anybody's favorite part of this mode. We've definitely had a lot of GT access seeds where you were required to climb or do GT basement to then go get your last pendant to go get the big key. We do see a mirror, though, in the CAC well. I will say we got two great MSUs today. This is the Advanced Wars DS MSU over on Plasma Kappa's side, and I know Kaizen is using the 8-bit Big Band. These are two favorites of mine, so we'll see if we can get a little bit of both of them along the way.
What are MSUs, Jesse? I don't use those.
MSUs are these great works of art done by our community. Do you have a passion for music? Do you enjoy a certain game? Maybe are you tired of the Link to the Past vanilla music? Well, you're in luck. Our great community has people who have put together MSUs based on other properties. Some of those might even be approved for Restream. If they're approved for Restream, you can see them or listen to them here.
Yeah, people, including your teammate Leoria of Light, very talented at putting those tracks together.
Our library is nothing today, just 10 bombs. And here we go, that first big thing you mentioned, that bottle, what do we get? It's just a map. So it's peace of mind for Kaizen not to have to come back for Sick Kid, but at the same time, you're kind of like, nothing out of it. He did have an ease of having those bombs, though. And $50 on the race game. Kappa is going to pick those up.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you come out of Kakariko with 300, are you looking harder at Zora now?
We don't have a lot of great options, I'll admit that much. South Shore, like Mini Moldrum Cape's fine. At 300 rupees, I'm definitely going to be considering the fact that Zora should be an option soon. Unfortunately, no glove to even grind out the rupees, though. And Kappa's just going to go straight for Mini Moldworm. We're not going to see the dam first. He might be trying to think Damagina. We'll see if Kaizen might do Damagina first.
An option could be to just go really aggressive to Zora by doing a Houlihan room visit before doing this, but doesn't look like
that is. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Kappa being really careful with those last couple of bombs. We do see the Mini Moldworms are part of the special prize pack. And there's our book, as well as a small key. Sean, you said we weren't supposed to get those.
Well, sometimes they pop up.
Okay. The dam has our big key to Eastern Palace, which Kappa is actually routing back into. This will be interesting because he will be able to enter Desert potentially and also scout that ledge.
Yeah, I haven't really seen this route all that often. Did he just reverse course because of that book?
Could have. I'm not entirely sure if this is a normal Kappa play. He's got... Like, I don't know his normal style, so this could be a normal play for him. And Kaizen is actually going to scout the ledge. This is good for him just in case. I'm surprised. He usually says he hates the scout without boots, and he's going to be really happy he did it.
Going to be less happy to see that book in
yeah.
Hold on, Dave. Oh.
So Kazan is going to save and quit out of Agina after getting that heart container. Kappa will continue back out to do the desert checks now. He'll get 2 checks. Just the ledge and the map. He'll also scout the torch. I will say it's interesting, each runner having a slightly better portion. Kazan getting the better CAC, Kappa getting the better South Shore.
Yeah, it always blows my mind how many just tiny little like differences can make up a whole lot of time.
Kazan down to just one spare bomb. Oh. What the? Come on.
Okay, everything's fine.
Whew. Oh, and a hook shot. Wow, okay. Desert loaded with those 2 checks.
Okay, I know it's out of logic, but do you take that hook shot up to the mountain?
I hit back to escape first, but definitely... Kazan, where are you going? You have no bombs.
Maybe he thinks there's crabs have bombs. I don't know why he killed a pickle instead of a crab. Crabs are in the guard pack.
Oh, are they? I always forget that that's part of that pack.
And Kazan just saving and quitting, I guess. Alright. Kazan does not have the glove from Desert.
I don't say either runner is necessarily ahead yet.
Yeah, way too early to call if somebody's ahead or not.
Yeah, Kazan did the front of escape, or at least the uncle, and got Pearl and a bottle, which is really beneficial to him. Kappa now has a lot of incentive to kind of head up the mountain with that sword mirror hookshot combo. So that could send him, yeah, this sends him further away from Uncle for now. And like, if mitts are on the mountain, I would be concerned that like he misses DDM checks. There's good and bad to both of their routes right now.
Did also find a cape, so we can get into Castle Tower and get both of the chests in there.
Yeah, and Kazan's waiting, hoping to find, I think, maybe a little more to make that glove more appealing. You know, maybe he goes to Saha from here. And if he gets a desert small or desert big, like, that's another little advantage for him. We do scout the island. It is nothing today. I mean, I do like this out of Logic Mountain. I think this is a really heads-up play. You know, checking out the back of escape first to get that sword. I mean, he could have done all the front of escape pretty easily as well. We do get to talk to Saha, and we find out Pod is green pendant. Oh, and there... The cabbages are extra rude today. There's our other glove in the back of Saha. Like I said, mitts being available somewhere, really helping Kazan out here. That Pearl, like when Kazan goes up the mountain the first time, he will have Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Kazan's going to do after. I assume he's rushing to the mitts and maybe looking at going into the Dark World, but I wonder if he decides to go up the mountain instead, because he doesn't really have very much dungeon mobility right now.
Yeah, he could do like a smith chain and do as much as he can with that over to like Hype Cave. That wouldn't be a shocking play here. I think he gets his sword out of the back of escape as well.
Just couch cash on the Ether tablet. Now, are you a fan of the 2 chest Terra dip?
I feel like at this point, this is a beat Moldorm dip, not just a couple of check dip. I think you still check these two. Either way, like, I think this is kind of a safer play for him, though. Like, after taking that death to the trying to get to EDM. But yeah, this is a Moldorm kill for him. It's 2 more checks. Unfortunate that this is just going to be a really cruddy Moldorm fight.
Keyless Hera always just feels bad to me.
And that's the thing, this dungeon is unique in that regard. I think we've seen it too many times, especially, like, I don't know, this week just feels really bad. I've seen a lot of items in that big chest this week that have just burned runners. Jason, you have a mirror.
Maybe he just wants to go for a nice little stroll.
And I will say, chat, Jason and I are teammates. I'm gonna give him crap today. We'll be nice to Kappa. Kappa's okay. Nice kill with that cape.
Kaysen's pretty okay himself, but that won't stop me from getting crest.
That's a lamp in off of Moldorm. So
Oh,
we need a flute. Flute is our logical mountain access today.
Okay, well, that knowledge. Okay, just gonna continue with the plan here. I mean,
I know Kazan and I have talked a lot about this. He's, at least in the past, he's said very much he's a logical mountain person. He wants one piece of the logical mountain. So it's either he wants that flute or lamp before he kind of commits to one or the other. So I'm not surprised that Vu is going to be his first play here. Kazan skipping Skullwoods for now. Without that small key, I don't hate this thought. Although this could be bumper let check first.
right, we do have that cape. Now I wonder if he does go into Skullwoods afterwards.
Yeah, that might be his plan here. I don't know. What do you think, Sean? Do we steal a key to do the front?
I don't love that, but I think with 0 small keys in hand, and there's not guaranteed to be one in the dungeon. Ooh, okay, we're getting a graveyard ledge check.
We also got our pod big key I saw out of Paradox. I don't know if I think we got maybe another big key. I did miss it.
Looks like big key to Skullwoods, according to our tracker.
Swamp Palace or Skull Woods. I'm seeing both written. Maybe we've gotten all of them. $300 over on Graveyard Ledge. Not terrible. I tried dropping that chat command for AAD keys, but apparently it didn't work. AAD keys is almost AD keys. Or almost all dungeons key sanity. You have to get the our GT big key is on the ped, and then the rest of our so like you're gonna have to do 7 crystals as well as the 3 pendants. The only thing you don't have to do is Aga. And here comes the mountain for Kaysen.
Okay, that's an interesting route. Like, just grabbing those two kind of out of the way checks, just getting them off the map and heading up the mountain after.
Yeah, I think it would have looked a little cleaner if he went with Graveyard Ledge into Bumper. Unfortunately, like, if he had done that order, it works out a little nicer, because then he does Graveyard Ledge, and then he's already planning the mountain. So a little bit backwards in a sense. And yeah, this is... So Cap is going to full clear pretty much. Like, I think Saha's the last location for him right now, unfortunately, besides Eastern. Like, I think he does Saha before Eastern. Kind of hope he does, but if he gets a bow here, this could really kind of throw him off that mitts for a little bit further.
Well, if you do grab a bow here, even though it's out of logic, do you still follow it?
I mean, what keeps you out of the Eastern area when you've got an Eastern big key anyway?
Oh, I forgot that we had a big key.
I mean, both of our runners clearly don't care about logic anyway.
Yeah. Logic's more of what you call suggestion rather than actual rules.
I mean, I'm very interested in the fact that we keep finding pod smalls.
Yeah,
I think that's our fourth. Yeah, I think that was Kappa's fourth. Jeez.
Wow, so you can get all the checks except for one, as long as you hammer jump. Hasten, please.
What was that? You were into the pot. There's the Heron Big Key. So our lamp is locked by the Hyrule Castle small key and the flute. I love it.
Yeah, there's always some fun logical suggestions in key sanity modes. But that's one of the reasons I really don't like I will still do it, but I don't like doing keyless Hera, is because once I find that Hera big key, it's just like, oh no, what's there?
I was waiting for like a fire rod or a flute to be there, just to add like maximum insult.
Alright, we're gonna touch Castle Tower for the one and only time today.
Yeah, Kappa will be able to get both checks here in Castle Tower. It definitely gives some incentive here. I think for Kazden, him checking Castle Tower and Hyrule Castle is like a pyramid mirror, I feel like. Ooh. I gotta compliment Kappa with that idea. That was ingenious.
Yeah, I've never played around with anything like that. That was cool.
Like, it's not even the fact that it was Burna, it was the way he perfectly set up those enemies that they didn't get bounced out by Burna. But Castle Tower, nothing, so Aga is dead. I mean, technically, I guess we could say there might be a logical reason to do Aga, but yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, I guess the seed could logically want you to beat Aga 1 to go over to Pod and access that, but...
Yeah. So yeah, there's our Swamp Big Key and our Pod Big Key. So those were the two. And Kappa is doing Saha first, so no worries. He is not going to be drawn into Eastern Palace today. Although this overwhelming number of pod keys, that's 5 for Kappa.
Yeah, that's a full clear. I'm wondering if we're going to see a current jump here.
I just find it hard to think that you're going to skip the rest of the stuff, like, down to Hype Cave. And I get your point, like, the current jump is more powerful here with that fact. That was a route through CAC. I think Kappa was considering doing Sick Kid and then was like, oh, I'll just mirror in front of his house.
I may have taken the route once or twice.
Kasten?
Kasten, please.
We're getting some jitters from both of our runners on their routes today. Some back and forth decisions that you feel bad about, but overall, like, not bad start. There's our Master Sword out of Sea House, and with that, I think I do route this down south into Bombo's tablet. That extra sword is really nice to have, and opening up that, I would not skip. Oh, hello, Thieves Big, hanging out in your own dungeon.
Wow. Okay, I guess we're finishing this.
Nice hookshot knowledge there, being able to hook that pot. That is a Quake medallion for TR.
Another sword here.
Yeah, Kazen's Master Sword. Cool. But nothing on Dark Death Mountain. I was about to say, wasn't there a key on Floating Island?
Kazen. Okay, we're saving and quitting.
I could have swore there was a key on the island. And Kappa is going to go do Thieves.
Yeah, you're already here. You might as well.
And we are getting confirmation from chat. There was a key there on that island, so unfortunate call on Kazen's side. Might have just forgotten about it. Stun prize today is 5 arrows. Unlikely to make a big difference, but you'll like to know it.
Could be useful if you need to say...
okay, Fire Rod.
Go from Meyer to GT and you're a little short. It's good to have the knowledge that you don't need to stop off for more arrows.
Okay, we got a Fire Rod in Skull Woods. What do you do? Because I'm kind of lost now.
Man,
I hate this.
Seven Hearts Blue Mail, I probably just suck it up and do the Moth, but man, it's really tempting to leave.
Well, it's not even the fact that I'm worried about the moth here. It's like, what about the rest of the front of Skull Woods? Are you bailing after, like, doing the front then? Like a save and quit?
Yeah, after Moth, I'd probably just drop in and just assume that I'm gonna have to save and quit out and walk back.
First of our medallions, we got Ether out of the Maiden Cell. And Kazdan is going to go after the Moth.
Yeah, not having that guaranteed key in Skullwoods anymore really makes that decision difficult sometimes.
So we're going to get blind over on Kappa's side, and Kazdan is heading towards the Moth for their second dungeons each. We do see that's a crystal for Kazdan here. Decent blind script there for Kappa. For just a map. And another crystal. And now we're going to get to see Master Sword Moth on Kazdan's side.
Have you seen anyone do a pedestal check in this mode yet?
I have not. I don't want it to be today that I see it happen.
For those unaware, we already know what's on the pedestal. It's the Ganis Tower Big Key. But in modes where that's not forced, usually when you have a mirror and a book, you would mirror here and go check the pedestal. Hope he didn't get the bridge chest. That's
I've seen this discussed now. I hadn't thought about it this way. I think this is one of those things that you're kind of used to the idea that you're going to do Moth first, and to break that habit in keys modes is a very difficult habit.
Yeah.
Because I saw that, I watched back my own race from this series already this week, and I saw chat discussing that idea of you do that first and then you miss the screen transition after the Moth kill. And like that's such a small detail that I don't think a lot of people would even consider.
Yeah, I mean it's only like what 2.5 seconds for the iris in and out, so it's not really a race losing thing. It's just a minor efficiency. All right, what are we dropping? We're dropping.
We are. And Cap is actually skipping the Smith chain.
Yeah, Smith chain's still really slow, even when you are there and it's in logic. So
I think the reason I just dislike this is because of the fact, like, you've got Bombo's tablet. You're going that way.
Yeah.
Like, that's the shocker here, is like, you're gonna be right there. Why not? Unless he's not gonna do Bombo's tablet and is just thinking Hype Cave.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I don't think Smith chain gets any faster than just doing it right there. Like, even if you get boots somewhere, anywhere, like having to go back and go through the portal and stuff is gonna just lose time compared to doing it now.
And he's going back here, or like he's going towards Bombo's tablet. Like, why not have purple chest on this play?
Alright, Kazdan did get locked out of Skullwoods, and we're just walking on back. I mean, that kind of feels bad, but it's at the same time, it's just something that you have to do.
I mean, I think he would have stole the key if not for the Fire Rod showing up. To be honest, like, I think that would have been his call. It's just like, I don't want to lose this port. I'll I'll find a skull small. I know it's a crystal skull. I'll find a key somewhere. Okay, what is that hype cave? Because we're kind of running out of good checks. Ah, there's our logical mountain.
Oh. Hmm.
Okay, so flute activation. Maybe we check the mire area? And then do we do a kern jump to Eastern Pod, or do we just go beat Eastern?
I mean, I would kern jump, but I also would have kern jumped a while ago, seeing all those pod keys.
The only thing is we would have missed that bow.
True.
Little good, little bad. That's the hard thing about this mode is, you know, there's sometimes you should keep a little bit to the logic, and then there's other times you have to start veering away from it. And this is that one of those inflection points.
Alright, we're taking the flute.
We're turning in a mushroom that we saw already on K's inside.
Plasma. You're at full health. You didn't give the mushroom to the witch. There we go.
We tried turning in the mushroom to the person inside, the assistant.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay, mire area or Eastern? Neither. This is Ice Rod. This is Fake Flipper.
Huh. Well, that's a decision.
Yeah, I am surprised.
You know what? Sometimes you're just super suspicious of Zora, and you just gotta go check it.
The only problem I have is Kappa's money is exactly 500 rupees. Like, that whole idea, you know, we're talking about kern jumping for pod, and like, that's out the window here.
Oh yeah, and if you pay the fish, you can't pay the monkey.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hmm.
Kaizen's just had a little bit better of a situation on the money game.
Oh, okay. We're
Okay.
good now.
Never mind. We got money off of Zora.
Yeah, we
It's
got
a bad
slight refund.
investment. Yeah. And this is a big moment. If this is Dark Death Mountain for Kappa, he will get that key off of the floating island, and I'm scared.
I'm doing a bit of a concern myself. But if that's something like a swamp small, I don't know when Kaizen gets back to it.
I mean, like, there's a lot of different keys that, like, if it's pod 6, we're okay. Thieves Town, not a big deal. Hera, I don't know if I see Kappa going back into Hera, but it might be enough to push him into it. Swamp is the worry, for sure.
TR3 wouldn't be bad, because he has to He has to walk past the island, see, oh darn, I left a key over there. So I think that would cause him to go get it.
Yeah, and at a certain point, you kind of just believe that TR, like, you know, you're gonna dip TR with maybe not the full kit. Like, I'm missing Ice Rod, I'm missing TR Big, I'm missing TR 3/4. Like, it's not a shock to do those skips.
Oh, that's right. We did see Hera Big after completing Hera. Do you think about going and grabbing it at this point?
It's slow.
Yeah.
That's my only concern is, like, I don't love the play, but I get it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a walk back and a half.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, it's definitely a play, but not usually one I would make, but I can definitely see it. Just for peace of mind.
And I mean, part of me says, like, I wonder if this decision from Kappa is saying, I think my opponent had mitts and got these checks before I did. Like, this could have been a safety call. And our small key is a GT small. Kazdan gets bailed.
All right.
I'll remember to bring that up the next time Kazdan says he's always punished.
So we have not seen the Smith chain, and I think it's Quake for both Meyer and
I thought that was
TR.
Ether.
Oh, was it?
Hammer on the Smiths!
Oh, man.
Oh no, that's going to be a full clearable pod Eastern combo for Kazdan. And it looks like Kappa had a little bit of... Okay, Powder is really good for him.
Yeah, that might steer him toward the Smith chain, actually.
Yeah. Free blue goo there in the hammer pegs. Yeah, I mean, Kazdan at this point, he's like, I'm going to go do this down into Bombo's tablet, turn in the purple chest, height cave, and he'll get that bow, and like, even at 4 small keys for pod, he's going to be clearing pod. There's just no way he skips.
So which chest do you pick to leave behind? Or do you? You can get all both with 4 keys.
He's not gonna loop around the right side.
I figured he wouldn't. So in that case, which one do you pick? Is it Hellway or Big Key Chest?
Vanilla. Vanilla Big Key Chest. Best way to think about it is the time investment to get back to each one. You're going to do the full back here, whereas the Vanilla Big Key Chest is right being in the front. It's pretty easy to get back to if you ever need to get it. And here's the gamble from Kappa into Misery Mire.
Yeah, no small keys.
No Fire Rod, no small keys, no big key, no Samaria. This is a call.
This is a huge gamble.
I don't even know if it helps a ton. Like, what he needs is something to get him onto the tracks of that hammer, and I wonder if after this, like, do you make a safe play of, like, Eastern? And there's... Oh
no.
You were supposed to do Smith Chain to get your small.
Well, we
and
found
have
our
your
last
hammer.
location. We found our last location.
Yep. Yeah, Smith had the hammer, and the purple chest had the small key to thieves. That's a great combo, folks. Hey, there's that Hyrule Castle small key.
Oh man, I don't think
So
anything was.
So, chat,
wait.
if you're curious about logic, you had to dip Meyer, get that Hyrule Castle small key, to go to Hyrule Castle to get your Tower of Hera big key, to get, are also doing hype. Sorry, you had to go to hype first to get your flute, to then get that Hyrule Castle small key, to get your Tower of Hera big, to get your lamp off of Moldorm. Logic's fun.
I don't know when the machines do the thinking.
There's the flute for Kazin. He will get his bow momentarily. I'm guessing activate his flute, then Eastern Pod. So if I had to say that a runner has an advantage right now, it is Kazin. Still a lot of outs for Kappa, but right now it's, you know, he needs to do Smith Chain, or at least the Smith, as well as the front of Skull Woods. And unfortunately, Meyer has been... Sean, have you noticed anything in Meyer here?
I think it's just been empty so far.
I mean, besides the joke.
I really just don't even know what we could find in here that would like benefit immensely. Because even if you find like Samario or a big key, like you still need the other one to complete the dungeon. And you're okay. Small key to desert is interesting.
That's not a terrible find. It just doesn't do much right now. Like, it's 2 checks right after this. He's going to mirror and do right side desert. And red mail. So here's, you know, fingers crossed for Kappa that this desert small leads to something, but like if it leads to a Samaria / Meyer big key here, I think that really pays out nicely, because those are things that probably keep Kazin out of Meyer. But that's about it.
Point. That's a good point. Why did Kazin do Meyer before BP?
He's just checking his situation real quick.
Okay.
You know, what do I need to finish this seed? It's a big key. Oh my gosh. I said that as a joke, and yeah.
Okay, well, fluted to 3, that's good. Both of the things that Kappa needs are in this area. Just depends on what he decides to do first.
The small key was in the worst chest in Misery Mire, at least in my opinion. The one right next to the big chest. No, wait, that's red mail. It was lobby. Sorry, you're right. Nice Ether Medallion usage and Cape usage. Seeing some of those little extra changes. But this is our first trip into Eastern Palace, and we've got a shield. So Kappa's going to steal the small key here, and then he should see the fire rod first. And we'll see how he decides to approach this situation. And here's the thing, like, for Kappa, if he does decide to do the back and then come back for the front, he's got flute already. This is not a bad return to Vu for him. He's obviously unhappy, but it's not the worst thing. And yeah, he's going to go do the moth.
Hasten, please. Hasten, you needed to be about a tile higher there.
We got a small key to pod. There's pod 5 for Kazden. That will not be a trouble for him today. Really nice find doing that, doing Eastern before Palace of Darkness. He's got to feel really good about his pod situation.
Yeah, MSUs actually have a decent number of tracks. I think it's 60-something, 66 maybe?
Yeah, there's... kind of to go into MSU details, there is, like, what we have is different levels of what we would call expanded MSUs. There is a non-expanded MSU, which is kind of similar to, like, how the vanilla music works, is that all the crystal dungeons have the same, all the pendant dungeons have the same. So people can make theirs that way. But then there's also the expanded MSU, where there are unique tracks for all the dungeons. Those sword beams are playing havoc with this this Gibdo. And Sean and I are both like, this is why you take damage in Skull, because you do not want to have sword beams.
Yeah, when Kazden was in Skullwoods, I don't think I mentioned it, but he actually went over and got that heart to get to full health, and he had Master Sword at the time, so that was a little surprising to me.
He was a little lower health at the time, so, like, you know, probably playing it a little extra safe on his end. Kazden topping off his arrows before coming into Armos. By the way, we did see flippers there in Eastern. In the Eastern Palace Big Key chest, so that is a very required item, and, you know, could be a potential skip depending on how Cap is feeling after, you know, coming into the dungeon. And there's a shovel.
Yeah, especially since, like, almost nothing that Kappa has done so far is paid out, so might be looking to shave a check or two.
Yeah, the gambles could start coming for Kappa, and that gets really dangerous.
I don't believe that we've seen Magic Bat yet, but we did get powders somewhere. Mire Shed, maybe?
Yes. It was the shed.
It's a good question. How long until Kappa gets back to Smith? Because he is saving and quitting from here. Could decide to do Pod Eastern.
Luckily, like, he's still locked logically out of Pod, but I could see him doing Eastern here, and then he gets the flippers. Could be like, that's logical Pod.
Right.
There are some scary outcomes here for him. But no, it looks like we are at least going to see back into Vu. Are we going to get Smith Chain, or are we going to get the Kern Jump? Because I don't think he's done Graveyard Ledge or Bumper Ledge checks.
TR3 there in Pod. We're pretty far from considering even going into Turtle Rock, but it's nice to have 3 keys in hand. Alright, looks like Kappa is gonna do this Smith chain.
So right now, just down a dungeon, probably going to be down 2 dungeons by the time. And there's the boots.
I was wondering when we were gonna see a change of shoes. Looked like Darklink sneakers were getting a little filthy, so...
Realistically, I think the true concern there, like, Kappa didn't have a ton left, but he had Eastern. And, like, there is a big part of me that wonders, like, was Eastern kind of gnawing at him as a logical next step?
Maybe just is tuning out the fact that he has the big key and is just waiting for it. So I know I've never ever done that. I've never forgotten that I had something ever in my life. And EP Big is one of those that I feel like I'm constantly looking for it in AD keys. Nice route there in Harmless Hellway. And you are cursed with more health from the bat.
Nice free silvers in the pod big chest. I gotta wonder if those were slashes of frustration. Like, really? Really, game?
Yeah, I've seen Kappa do that a few times. I think he's not really happy with the the layout of the seed.
Okay, I'm looking. Where do you go next? Like, there's definitely an argument for Meyer for Kazin. I think it's Ice.
Yeah, I'd definitely be going to Ice, but I know a lot of people don't like going into Ice without Samaria, so...
If it's his best play, he'll do it. He's not opposed.
I know for a fact that you can do Ice Palace Bomb Jump, Kaston. Now, whether he can do it on this day, at this time, that's to be determined. But
although the other thing is, maybe we get the boots checks first. Save and quit, do King and Bonk.
We did just get the boots. And Ice Palace is very easy to flute to as well, so...
Could pair that with, like, the Waterfall and the Zora area. Because he didn't do those either. Yeah, I'll be very curious to see how he continues to route this one. His route's been pretty strong so far. He's halfway home on the dungeon side of things.
My only concern with Ice Palace would be that you're missing the big key, but I mean, almost an hour into a seed, I think you're less concerned about not having a big key.
Yeah. And just a map on Helma. But there's that green pendant, so we should actually turn that in. So. Meyer Big is on right side desert.
And the desert small is inside of Meyer, so...
And actually, for Kappa, this route's going to work out a lot nicer, because he'll get boots for Eastern Palace.
Alright, we got the better boomerang for our green pendant.
This might be ice.
Is this faster than floating to 8?
Oh, it's not. It's going to be our man under the bridge.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Flippers were in Eastern, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why he didn't do it pre-pod, because he couldn't. He didn't have the flippers.
And this just might be all the flipper checks first, yeah.
Trading
Bad
a cherry
trade.
for a B. Well, at least it was a shiny B. Kappa, that's a little far to the right. Okay, it worked.
I thought maybe we would have gotten. I thought maybe we were about to get.
To
Yeah. Oh, the shovel. Okay.
shovel. So I actually looked at statistics. Somebody compiled a database of 100,000 Link to the Past seeds. They were non-key sanity seeds, but what it showed was that there's like the further in logic that you find these fetch quest items, the less likely you're going to need them. So I can't really say I'm in favor of doing fetch quests at this point.
The Mark's Ball's not bad though. For Kazan at least.
Yeah, rounding wise, if he has to full clear that dungeon, which presumably he will, because the Mire key's locked behind a key in Mire.
Ooh, and unfortunate with this turtle room here for Kappa. Looked pretty decent on the setup. Where are we going now, Kazan?
Oh.
Does he have the 5/6s? He's only got one, okay.
He has one of them, yeah, he just checked it.
Pyramid Ledge Catfish? I'm not sure I like this at this point. Like, I think this is where you dip ice. Or complete ice.
Or I don't think he did the boot checks either, so...
Yeah.
We're just coming off a save and quit. Yeah. This isn't my favorite play. Oh, did he get that castle tower key? Ooh, a big key here.
Okay, dude.
Big key of TR. Okay. If he still has castle tower to do yet, then that makes this a little better.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Castle Tower and Hyrule Castle. here. So like it's 2 sets of checks. We need a Desert Big, a Swamp Small, and a Samaria, and Quake. For us to know where everything is. Needed to finish this.
Now I find myself wondering when Kappa's going to get to that pyramid.
Yeah, that key is not a great position, and there's not a lot sending Kappa there. You're kind of waiting to see, like, what's our other 5-6 crystal, and that could be something to help him.
Right, I'm surprised Kaysen didn't talk to the guy when he was there.
No, I'm not. Kaze and I both are not fans of talking to Bomb Vendor. Waste of time. Overall, you're going to find yourself doing a lot more of you'll menu more often than the time it takes you to talk to the guy in an all dungeon seed. So, like, I would say overall in these 80 keyses, it's less important to talk to Bomb Vendor. I still very much endorse the Saha talk because you're in there for the closet more so than him. But yeah, in this kind of seed, I wouldn't talk to him.
Yes, Kappa did do Dark Cross.
Yeah, Kappa had the mirror and the lamp, so no real worry of him skipping it.
Yeah, I had to do a little math and had to take off my socks to count my toes, but yeah, I guess going into that guy is like 5 seconds for the screen transitions alone, plus the walking in the text box. That's probably a 7-second.
We'll also consider the move up into it, onto that screen, like onto his little perch for his house. Because, like, I can do a dash line where I either skip that screen completely for the most part, because I'm not, like, I can do Hype Cave from the South Rock or from, like, the Stumpy Rock side south instead of going over the top. If that makes any sense, sorry.
Well, Gamachu says that it physically hurts him, so I'm going to do it every time now.
And I'll be honest, Gamachu and one of his teammates is actually the reason I do that myself. Because I had talked to Gamma and Shireen about this, and that's where I kind of got that feeling as well. So...
Jason got the boots checks done.
And he's going back for Catfish. I was about to say, Jason, your portal's here. Oh yeah, Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, that exists.
Yeah.
I think Kaysen did this earlier.
I don't remember. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, and setting up a water walk? Oh, has Kappa not done flipper checks?
He did, because he went to
Oh,
Zora. This
he
could
did.
just be him coming into ice. Or did he skip the man under the bridge?
Yeah, I think he did. That's such a slow swim. I'm not surprised. I see more and more people just saying forget this until something better comes along.
And here comes ice for Kazdan. So Kazdan's knocked out his overworld completely. He's just been like, I'm good on the overworld stuff. Nothing to worry about there. I've gotten what I needed. That TR big key is really huge for him. Meanwhile, Kappa still has those checks and is just like maybe following into ice. No.
Going back to 3.
North Dark World in the boots checks. He still hasn't done Bumper Graveyard. And he'll pair that with Bumper, or Bonkrox and King's Tomb.
That's right, I forgot about that because Kazdan did it so early.
Nice try on the recovery there from Kazdan.
Yeah, but Kazdan, you have Tempered Sword. It's faster to spin.
In that room?
Yeah, 2 spins.
I know it is. I mean, I do know a spin kills the Pen Gator, but I thought with the bomb strat, you can get all, them easier than, because you can't get all of them with a spin, can you?
You can get them with 2. And
See, I think that's
closer to the chest.
I'm not sure. I'd have to time that one out, but I'll take your word for it. So yeah, besides that Meyer big key for Kappa, Kazdan's building up a little bit of an advantage. I think this comes down a lot to where this cane is.
Uh-oh. Rip. Man, Ice Palace Bomb Jump is just one of those things that some days I can do it 100 times in a row, and other days it just will not work.
Yep. See, this room I like the spin strat with Tempered. I say that, and then he... Kazdan.
See, this is the fun part of League to
Yeah.
do, just watch your team maybe their games and a small key to Swamp.
Just more things that kind of send you away from Meyer.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's totally a bad thing for Kazdan, though. The only thing in there is just the self-locked key.
It just means he's more likely to full clear other stuff, before then. I think best case for Kaze here is a vanilla cane? Becomes kind of a bad situation for both of them.
I'm surprised that all missed on Kappa's side. I thought it was good.
TR4 in Iced Tea. So no Ice Palace Big Key here. The big prize is the Swamp Swall.
Oh, that's a good point in chat. I did the timing for that 10 Gator Room bomb strat versus spins on slow ROM. Fast ROM the bombs are probably just better.
I don't know, I just like how the bombs look.
Yeah, it does look really clean when you hit it. He's been showing off some nice tech here. Using the sword beams to duplicate the damage of the fire rod. That's one of those that I haven't really dove very deep as to how that works. I just know that it works.
Yep. But that is crystal number 5 for Kazin. We know that Myra's a crystal. Other than that, we're unsure of what our... And we do know that Desert is a pendant.
So is GT just completely dead here? I guess if
TR could have Desert Big.
I guess if TR is a pendant, it could have Quake.
Yeah. Desert Big Key and Quake are two big unknowns. And honestly, that Quake being an unknown, like until we find Quake, that also keeps you out of that check. So depending on the Samaria and the Quake.
Okay, the Swamp's our third pendant. And there's Samaria right in front.
Ouch. We could have gotten that a while ago.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know, because both... Oh, man, and there's Quake right next to it.
That's going to send Kazin right up to Turtle Rock after this, and that's kind of going to be the turnaround here. Kappa's not far behind, and realistically, like, for Kappa, this becomes, I'm going to go do Swamp next. Like, realistically, that's his best play.
Yeah.
He ends up in there, gets Quake and Samaria. There's Crystal TR, so he does Crystal Mire into TR, into GT. Kazin's going to go up the mountain, do TR, and then have to still go back down to get Mire Big.
Now Mire might have just saved Kappa a heck of a lot of time.
Yeah. Kazin's had a bit better, like, overall of a route, but that could be the difference here in this late game.
Is Kazin gonna come back for left side swamp here, or is he just gonna leave it?
The fact that he knows he's got TR access now, I think he rushes after this. I don't think he goes back in.
Yeah, I hate skipping left side swamp, but I think this situation just begs for it.
Oh wait, sorry. Chat pointing out or making me remember. Kappa still doesn't have the 5-6, or sorry, the TR Big Key. Duh. Bomb versus Samaria Diver Down is a comfort thing. Mainly, some people just prefer it. I personally am I'm a Samaria person if I've got the ability. or have it available to me. But I know Kaysen just prefers bomb diver downs.
Yeah, he also just got the cane, and like when you're an hour 20 minutes into a seed, like you're not thinking of like stuff you just got necessarily. You're thinking, what do I need and what do I have, and sometimes it just slips through the cracks. Is one easier than the other? It's kind of subjective. I would suggest just trying both out for yourself. Bomb is a little more position perfect.
Oh yeah, that too. And Kaysen is going back in.
That's surprising, actually.
Yeah, a little bit, but no. Yeah, like Sean says, like there is more precision to the bomb diver down methods. But what you get in return is the fact that it's always possible. Whereas your Samaria version, it's easier overall, but you're also getting the opportunity to, like, it's not always going to show up. It's kind of like why we would say always know your Ice Palace bomb jump and don't always rely on Icebreaker. It's good tech to have available to know Icebreaker, but the one that always has value is the one that you can always use. And yeah, Kaysen's next play is going to be Turtle Rock. The question is, does Kappa go up to the pyramid here, or does he find himself in Mire and TR? Like, does he check the ledge? And I don't know. Sean, what do you do here? Do you see Kappa going for the pyramid ledge?
I see probably clearing the rest of Mire, and then let's see. Does know that Quake opens Turtle Rock, but man, unfortunately I think I just go into TR and hope the big key's in there.
With 4 small keys, I can see it. And our last check in left side swamp. They'll be done swamp at roughly the same time. The question is, does Kappa go back in? And it's just a map on left side.
Yeah, because if you do pyramid ledge, like that's the only thing. Well, you might be planning on following it to Catfish, but like those two are pretty much the only things that you're doing, and they're not exactly quick to get to. Whereas TR just has all those items.
Yep.
Forget exactly how many quests are available without the big key, but it's more than 2.
So yeah, we've still got quite a race here. Each runner missing a very important crystal big key. Kaysen missing the Mire big key on right side desert. He has to dip Mire to get the desert small key out of, I believe, the arena, whereas Kappa is missing the TR big key off of pyramid ledge. So really is a question of, Kappa is going to finish Mire here. If this is his other 5/6 crystal, there's a chance he does Pyramid Fairy and gets it. If it's not, he could find himself rushing TR, and that's the danger scenario here. I think he's in the lead if he does Pyramid.
Kaysen with a good idea there, trying to burn down those wooden pegs with his lamp, but unfortunately not flammable.
Yeah, they're not flammable. Oh, that's a rude enemy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. If anybody was wondering why Kappa was casting his fire rod at those anti-fairies, he was trying to do a glitch called Spooky Action from a Distance. Unfortunately, I think was just a little late on placing the Samaria block, so he killed his altitude value. You know what? I never noticed that, but when Kazen was item dashing out, when he switched from blue cane to red cane, the cane that Dark Link was holding also switched from blue to red. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
it's any item switch, and that's the big key to Desert off of Vitreous.
Okay.
So that's a back and forth requirement here. Oof. Going to Meyer to get Desert small to get Meyer big to go back to Meyer to get Desert big. Lovely. And that means that once Kappa gets that TR big key, he's in go mode. But oof.
But when does he do it? That's
right.
The big question. And like this is the decision that wins races. Like if he makes the right decision here, he jumps out to what I would think is a pretty substantial lead.
Yeah, because like this is stuff he doesn't have to do. Kazen going for the Lava Island. Kappa can even skip the Pokey Key here. Like, he's gonna not need anything in this dungeon. He's gonna miss half magic, but he doesn't need anything. Nice double pokies. And nice landmo. For another big key, this one, Ice Palace.
Bugs keep coming.
And here we go, the moment of truth. Oh, duh. Desert Palace big chest.
Desert big chest, yeah. Some picked up a butter sword somewhere. Is that just in Mimic Cave there?
Probably. Okay, where are we fluting to now, Kappa? Oh, head, duh.
That Desert Big Admire is gonna save Kazen from a world of hurt here because if he would clear Meyer with a finding that big key, if he would clear Meyer, that's his 7th crystal. He might
yeah,
go clear GT looking for that Desert Big.
And here's a save and quit. Oh, where are we going? Oh, the mountain. There's Bombos on Caves inside. He's going to be drawing nothing here.
Yeah, this is the Turtle Rock play.
Unfortunate for Kappa. I still think this race is close, but Kazen's got the advantage now. Kazan being able to pair Pyramid Ledge with the front of Escape and Castle Tower might have just saved him quite a bit.
After Turtle Rock, what does Plasma have left? Is he going to be able to get to Pyramid Ledge before Kazan gets in GT?
So one of the things that somebody did mention is that Kappa might have both 5/6s, so it could be bomb into Pyramid, and that costs him more time.
Okay. In this mode, the pedestal always has GT Big Key. So.
And for Kazan, I don't think he has anything but Mire. He's gonna feel bad about this TR full clear when he sees the Mire, like the Desert Mire combo here. But like, there's nothing wrong with the order he's done things. Spike Cave.
Spike Cave, yeah. Oh, he remembered that key that he left behind.
What key could it be that you want, Kazan?
Do we only have one GT small? Yeah. So,
I mean, sure. Like, it could be the Harris small, but like, buddy. Desert small, right. He could think it's Desert small. Fair, okay. No, Kazan won't steal Desert Small. It's a pendant dungeon. You do not steal that small key in this mode. Sorry.
Yeah, the more I play these seeds, the less I find myself stealing that key.
It is not a good feeling to steal that key and then have it burn you. Especially a pendant, like, you could just have Desert Small in GT. I mean, he'll go to Mire here, and he might assume that Desert Big Key is in Mire, or in GT, but the seed is going to, like, funnel him into...
Oh,
Kazan is really staying away. Yeah.
No.
I don't know who's ahead now.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Oh, chat's winning. Of course chat's winning.
I will say, Kazan's got Turtle Rock marked as his 5/6, so it might not be a 5/6. I don't know if he has if Kappa has the 5/6s.
I know personally, if I go in and the big bomb is there, then I just mark random crystal as a red crystal. Just it doesn't really matter at that point. I wonder if we'll see a start menu here.
Kazan the seed is telling. Okay, he doesn't have the 5/6s actually. TR is the last 5/6.
Now, would it have been worth it to try and save a portal outside Spiral Cave, or does that not save time?
I think he's looking at Hera and Spike Cave here.
Alright, if you're looking at Spike Cave, then no, it doesn't make sense. This
is a whirlwind of emotions, folks. I mean, Each one is kind of just staying away, and it looks like Kazin is going in. And this is going to be Hera into Spike K for Kappa.
Yeah, Kappa got the classic key sanity of beat dungeon out logic, and your next chest is the one that puts it in logic. In this case, it was Hera Big.
I will say Kazin did have a little bit of a panic moment, I would say, with that Meyer entry. Thought it was Quake, I guess, and just kind of ate Murderdactyl for a bit. And folks, I am not sure who's got this one right now.
I would say Kazin's still ahead because Kappa still has to run all the way through Turtle Rock, but
the only thing is that Kazin has to go in, go out, go in, go out. This is a lot of back and forth for Desert and Meyer.
He also has to run
to pull the head.
Yeah. That's like over a minute to run all the way up there. Okay, so here's the pyramid ledge check.
And yeah, this might be a lead for Kappa.
Yeah, I might have been wrong here.
Yeah. I think Kazin doing those extra checks is kind of what has him behind right now. I think if he rushed Meyer after TR, it's a different story, but Pyramid Fairy kind of is what hurts him here.
I do like that in chat, people are trying to talk about Kappa the runner, but Butch is replacing the word Kappa with the emote. It's very nice.
So yeah, there's Kazin finished with the Meyer checks. He'll be right into Desert and then right back to Meyer.
Yeah, Kazin did a little stutter step after pulling that that Desert small key, and I can only imagine that was an eye roll.
And it's only going to get worse when he pulls the Meyer Big now off of this.
Yeah, this seed has some jokes.
Yeah, and at this point, like, I think Kazin and Kappa will get their 7th crystal about the same time, but Kazin has a Desert and a big key to pull. So yeah, this is definitely a substantial enough lead for Kappa right now. Unfortunately, all this stuff in Swamp kind of leading Kazin into a full clear TR. Not very helpful. Kappa only skipping some of TR though, like he didn't get the full benefit. That was possible, but still, you know, that Meyer dip that we thought might not have been a great play eventually paid out huge.
Yeah, and it was definitely a questionable call at the time, but yeah, might have just won the race.
And that's the thing, like, I don't think any decision Kazin made's necessarily wrong. You know, I can see skipping out on Meyer for a while, given, like, the plays. I think, you know, going into Ice Palace when he did makes a lot of sense. That's sending you to Swamp, and then TR, like, I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and rando races can just change that quickly. Like, someone in chat said it looked like Kazin was ahead for most of this race, but yeah, just the way that the items fell.
I mean, and I will say there were some other things that kind of seemed like an advantage for Kazin that might not have been. Like getting that fire rod early and doing Skull. Unfortunately, it also caused him to, you know, beat Skull without a flute at the time. So he walked back to Vu. Like, there was a lot of slowdown in that regard. Whereas, you know, Kappa did the same play, but had a flute. So when he's save and quit, he's right back in to the Dark World checks. Like, those are the kinds of things that don't seem like a big deal, but in the grand scheme of things do lead to where we're at.
You know, it's always so satisfying to be climbing GT and seeing that 00 out of 27 there.
Yeah. So Kazin about to go get his GT big key as Kappa enters into land mode 2. And there's just, you know, this is a lead for Kappa at this point that's pretty tough. There'd have to be some shenanigans, but red mail, gold sword, silver arrows, I don't see it.
Yeah, I think Kappa's going to be dropping in again, and when Kazin's just entering GT here.
Yeah, they'll be on opposite ends of the tower, if at all. Yeah, it looks like we'll have like an Aga 2 and a GT entry.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the tenders, and like we've basically full cleared the seat on both sides, and there's still like this is a really good time.
Yeah.
If I'm entering GT at 145 like Kaysen is about to do, I'm not exactly looking at the race room for a finish.
I think the concern on that would be like, you know, did my opponent dip Meyer? You feel like you had a good solid route, but weird things happen, and you have to ask yourself, do you see your opponent doing that dip?
I get to being a little dodgy there.
And here's the thing, like, I think what we can say is, like, the difference here between Kappa and Kaysen realistically isn't changed if Kaysen goes and skips Big Bomb. Like, I think that's... What are we at? 4-ish minutes between our runners? Like, even if Kaysen skips Big Bomb, I don't think that's enough. If he skips Ice Rod Cave, I don't think that's enough.
Put them together, it might be super close.
And that's the thing, like, you know, if we talk about where these two teams are at, you know, entering or closing out week 3, this is going to be JKLOL's first loss. And, like, I'll speak as a member of JKLOL that I've benefited from some rando moments, and even in against the other race or the other member of Tal Roomies with Walsh. So, like, that is the game sometimes. Some things work out in your favor and some things don't.
Yeah. Get your GGs in chat. Plasma will cross the bridge here.
Finishing first overall with a 147.34 GG to Kappa.
And we are joined by Plasma Kappa, GG.
GG. Well, there were some very questionable things done there.
Yeah, so that Meyer dip there in the middle of the seed, we kind of commented on it that, like, you kind of had other stuff to do. What drew you toward Meyer?
Well, you know, I've been in Steve's town, you know, up and down to the maid cell, we see that ether, the one chest that's available. And Meyer's ether, so I'm like, cool, my hammer might be in here. So we go ahead and dip Meyer. And do a whole bunch of other things, just in case my access over to the pod area is in fact hammer, before I sequence break over there.
Yeah, we were worried that, you know, if you dip Eastern there and, you know, get to full clear, there's your flippers, and, you know, the flippers becomes your logical East Dark World access. And so we were kind of concerned about that hammer for a little bit, but then the Smith chain into really helped.
Yeah, I had intentionally skipped it to come back with hammer, so that was funny. But they're finding Fire Rod, and I figured, you know, maybe Hammer's on backed and it's just really convoluted.
I mean, clearly the convoluted portion was the lamp logic here. We had a good laugh, you know, flute leading to Hyrule Castle, small key to Terra Big to lamp. That was a good combo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, it's gonna show up eventually. Well, after I find the myth, it's much less eventually, but... Although, it's not like there was a whole lot to use on the mountain, really. Aside from Pod Big, to narrow it down once I found myths.
Yeah, Kaizen was able to get that mountain with the Myth's first attempt. He did dip Saha, had run out of bombs after Mini Moldorm Cave. So for him, he went to Lake Hylia, bought bombs, and then did Saha. So you both went up to the mountain. Unfortunately, you short the Myths, so he got those checks. Just nothing there really that early.
Yeah. Surprising. I was just looking for a bow.
Yeah.
Before I went to Eastern. Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I played very greedy with Ice Rod Cave, and that was the play.
you both did, actually. Kaizen did Ice Rod Cave after TR.
Oh.
So we were joking about your, like, hour 9 Ice Rod Cave check. He had, like, an hour 35.
Excellent.
And there is a dead pig for Kaizen.
Yeah.
And he finishes with an official time of 1:51:43. So about 4 minutes difference separating you guys here. Great race, lots of back and forth.
Yeah, sounds like it. So I might be in trouble after I made a TR dip for 6 items, none of which were the big key.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering if, you know, if you... that amount of time, was that enough to keep Kaizen back into this one? And so, unfortunately, like right after TR, Kaizen having the 5/6s does the big chat or the big bomb, and then Ice Rod Cave. We don't think it's enough time for him to kind of sneak back in on this one, but yeah, maybe a little bit closer, maybe about a 2-minute difference. As we are joined by Kaizen. GG.
Hey, GG.
GG.
So Kaizen, obviously, was there anything that would have sent you to Mire earlier?
Not having better things to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's about the only way I get there sooner. Having more small keys when I was there, or any small keys, would have sent me maybe.
Yeah.
But like doing the dip without small keys, I was not very keen on.
Skip every other important item by accident, being greedy.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's roughly the stuff. Like, I think if it wasn't for that very convoluted Desert Small, Mire Big, Desert Big combo there.
That was so stupid. That was so stupid. As soon as I got the Mire Big, I was like, all right, we're going straight to GT. This is just one of those seeds. And then you get the Desert Big, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I didn't even go back in for the big chest. Surely you can't have Kane, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of rando seed would put the red cane in Mire Big chest.
Yeah, I mean, this is just... I don't think there's any way beyond just saying this is kind of one of those seeds where I would say up to a certain point, Kaizen's overall route had him looking in better shape. Like, I think, Kaizen, you were finishing Pod Eastern right as Kappa got into Pod.
Okay.
So you were up like 2 dungeons, but then you did all the overworld checks and got that TR big key, and then you kind of converged on ice with each other.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of going to ice earlier, but with no Samaria, no big key, no small key, I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's like if I had any one item, I would have gone, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm going to Hundo the Seed anyway, so let's do
Right.
North Dark World in a very inefficient manner, I might add. And I get a nice
I did
power
it in
that's good
a
enough.
kind of strange way myself too. It was just the seed just was kind of awkward to route in North Dark World the way we got items and the order I got them at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other piece here I will mention, Kappa getting to do pod or doing pod first, having his 5th small already, did benefit because that did mean Kappa, you had boots for Eastern. Case didn't. Yeah, it wasn't like Case, and you had your boots first. You had your boots first, but it was nice in terms of the Eastern play for Kappa to have them, whereas you got to do Hyrule Castle with your boots. So like little counterbalances throughout this seed.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like I almost skipped flippers, but I was like, I saw Case in my Hundo a bit, looking for that glove on Desert Ledge, so I decided to do the back of Eastern.
Oh, I kind of just decided to scout it. I've kind of been experimenting with that lately in keys, just because kind of the same reason you do race game blind is there's so much more chance for it to be something. Even without boots, I'm starting to see value in scouting it, because if you see a key or an item there, it's good to have the information, I feel like.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'd actually feel quite behind with those boots, because obviously everything was setting up for me to go straight to pod.
Yeah, I chose to go full clear the mountain, and then I finish the south route loop and get over to pod, and then I get my boots. It's like, well, I could have had these 20 minutes ago, but
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I ran past all of my logical access to pod, so I went and checked everything else I could instead. And if I don't get stuck by that, I might end up looking for the fire rod for ages, who knows.
Yeah, and then as I was looking for that Meyer Big Key towards the end, I started getting a little scared. It's like, there is a world where you don't full clear Thieves Town first trip, and that key just sits there in the Thieves Town big chest. And if somebody puts that off, does it with the hammer, you get it. Like, that could swing massive amount of minutes in a race.
Oh yeah, that was going to be my second to last location besides LSS.
Yeah, that was going to be pretty much my last. Yeah, no, I think I'd probably do Ice Big before Thieves Big.
Oh yeah. It's an adventurous amount of keys leading to that ice big.
Mm-hmm.
Plus I was going to Catfish, so I'm right next to ice.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts from our runners? Definitely give both these runners a follow. They're both very, very good at this game.
Nope. Not much. Should remind myself not to pick up the first Swamp Small until I'm going back in for LSS. I saved like 1 second, skipping the last key, I guess. Wait. Realizing I wouldn't have enough keys in case of an emergency.
All right. Well, thanks for the race. Thanks for coming with me, Jesse. Thank you for tracking. Thank you for tracking Lady Laura Linda.
I will call out some stuff real quick before we close up. We do have one more race on the schedule today for Restream in the Invitational League, starting now. We've got Sinhi of Crosskeys versus Vextifer of Rando Kids. That's starting up on SpeedGaming 5. Blue Link and Tracy on the commentary with Yoinker's wife tracking. So that is starting like now over there. So I do recommend you go watch that race. We do have a bunch of invitational races tomorrow. We'll see if those get restreams. I do see 7:10 a.m., 10:10 a.m., and 5:10 p.m. Eastern time for all those. When we do no channels, hopefully those get assigned and done. There's a lot of games over in the Open League. I do not see any restreams though currently for those. I would recommend checking the events in the league Discord. It has links to all the multi-stream or the multi-Twitch links for all those. So do highly recommend it. And yeah, we're nearing the end of week 3. We'll be starting week 4 pilot spoiler on Monday. Until then, everybody have a great rest of your Saturday.